What up, y'all? Welcome to the Foundations Podcast. We're so glad to have you here. I'm Michael. This is
Magnum.
and
Emily.
And Dion.
what up, y'all? How y'all doing today? I hope you had a great Sunday or whenever you're watching this. I know we did. How'd y'all like that service though?
Oh, that service
Yes,
was
very
great.
good.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Very good service.
That's what I'm saying. It was freaking fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, should we get into some questions? Or
Yes,
what?
sir.
I
Get
say
it.
we shall.
Let's
All
get
right.
into
All
some
right.
questions.
So, first question: how should you deal with anxiety and still trust in God?
I would say when you're anxious and worrying, I feel like what was Grant was saying today this Sunday is have confidence and have trust that God has your back. Even in Matthew, when he says do not worry, and Luke he says do not worry, for he has gave the birds food and clothed them. I just feel like just get on your knees and pray to God and just give him your worries, and even when you're anxious, that will help you and heal you.
No,
I like
that's.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
like that. Yeah, no. I think one of my things is when I get anxious, I love to just pray or think of worship songs in my head and just like think about the fact that like nothing is bigger than God and like none of my worries, none of my anxiety, none of my issues will ever be bigger than God.
No, that's
I like
so.
that.
Yeah,
That's
I like
so
that.
real. What's that one worship song that's like, even though I don't see that you're working,
Oh,
you never stop, you never stop
I don't know what
working.
it's called.
Yeah, that one's fire.
Mm.
I'm not a singer. Emily, you're actually on the worship team now.
Well, yeah,
Congratulations.
no,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Thanks.
So I don't know why you didn't sing that. I sang that. But no, that's actually so fair though. Just to not like put your faith and trust in God. I feel like what's that? You know, I know Magnum has one. I know we see him everywhere. What's the faith over fear?
Oh.
Yes.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety can just be fear sometimes. It's
Mhm.
just
Yep.
like that
Yeah.
internal,
fear
just
of-
like jitters. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that cause anxiety, and you just gotta have faith that someone's got you. And I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
thinking about this a lot actually. It's like I feel like a lot of my anxieties come from things that aren't permanent, and I treat them permanent. Like whether that be just like relationships with families and friends, and like I don't know, just objects. And it's like in all honesty, those things aren't permanent like God is. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
why would I put my faith in those things? Being anxious, knowing that they're gonna fail, when I could put all my faith in something that has literally never failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. I
Yep.
love that.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fire.
Yeah. And something like what you said, having that anxiety over something that's not permanent. I get anxious over being anxious because I feel like I'm always gonna be like that.
Yeah.
And just praying out to God, saying like, I need you.
Mm.
I got no other way. I need you. It's just like that's how I can deal with it. And I mean, like a week ago, I was like just laying in bed, like it's like midnight, and I was just anxious, jitters over everything in my
Oh
life.
yeah.
And just praying, and then next morning I wake up and I just felt like free
Mm.
and just
Yep.
unchained.
Fire. I will tell
Yes.
you something though. I think if you don't like give it to God, God will kind of not like force you to give it to you, but He will give you reasons to
Oh,
submit.
Yes.
yeah. Oh.
Because-
Exactly.
like sometimes I feel like I get a little like I would say like almost prideful where I'm like
Mhm.
God is good and I'm getting all these blessings and it's awesome, and like I'm kind of dialing it back on like giving thanks to the creator.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah.
really big one. And like recently I had a moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, my life is falling apart. And I'm like crying out to God, but I'm not giving it my all, or I'm holding on to things that I should be giving up. And yeah, no, He like humbled me like crazy in my car. Like I pulled into my driveway and I was sitting there, just fell apart. I was just like, it was like 15 minutes of just like lamenting and crying and being like, God, what am I not giving you? I don't understand. Knowing what it was. And I kept saying, I'm like, I give you everything. I'm fine. That too. Like it was not my proudest moment, but God made me whole again. And I got to remember that like, not only like should God be first in everything, but also like what was that saying that's like you shouldn't make God number one on your list, you should make God the list. Like do
Oh,
everything
Yeah.
with
Yep.
Him.
Yeah.
That's so important.
That's powerful.
But yeah. Anyone else got some more comments on that?
Yeah, I got with Magnum. It was like I want to say like 2 weeks ago. I was going to like open gym for basketball. I was like anxious, like even with my games for basketball, I get anxious about like my performance, and because I care about my performance. I want to do good in front of the coach. I want to do good in front of my peers, and so I remember it was me and my friend were going, and it's in the car. I was just like, I just gotta pray about this. I gotta stop. I can't watch TikTok. I can't I have to go pray about this. And so I was just in their car driving. I was just praying to God. I was like, God, like, I give it all to you, God. I give it all to you. I give my worries. I give my pain to you, God. Just bless this practice, Lord. Bless all of us. Have no injuries, Lord. And, you know, I went to practice. It was like 2 hours or hour and 30. And, you know, after it, and I just like had like warmness in me because after it, I was just like thankful because I did good. I performed good. No injuries happened. All my prayers were answered. And so that's like the great thing about God. I mean, you give it to him like he says, give it all to me, and he delivers each time. So that's just a powerful thing to me.
No, that's
Yeah.
so powerful,
Mhm.
dude. That's awesome. All right,
Yeah.
are we ready to move on?
I think we're ready.
Yes.
for
Okay,
question two.
this is I'm excited. I'm kind of excited for this question. Should we doubt our faith? Like, just all together, should we doubt? Should we feel? I feel like how I read that question was like conviction when we doubt our faith. I think, in my opinion, I've doubted my faith before. I think it comes on a scale of like I've never doubted God. Like I definitely have like questioned what he's gonna do, but knowing exactly that he's perfect, he has a plan for us. He really can't do anything wrong. Like he
Yeah.
literally
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
He does
He's
know.
he's working around us. We're not working around him. But like
Mm-hmm.
I still do lean on my own understanding, and I still am
Yeah.
like, oh well, like I put my faith in you, but what if I mess this up and you don't know what's best for me? I read something on TikTok one time that was like, don't worry about what God has in store for you because he has taken into consideration your stupidity. And that was that spoke to me so hard. Yeah, what about y'all?
I think a big time, like right now, honestly, recently when I like walked away from softball was a big time I didn't let God be in control of my life. And I wouldn't say I doubted him, but I also was like, I want to be in control and like I want to pick the decisions. And like it came down to the end when I decided to leave, and it was like this final prayers one night is the weekend of regionals for softball before state, and I just like started crying, and then God just put in my heart because I was literally doubting everything. I was like, I just need to do this myself. I need to like keep working, and like I'll be fine. And like I had known that I just wasn't putting God first in the sport, and he put it on my heart to like it was time to leave because I wasn't putting it on. But I think that's a time where I just realized like I can't be doing this on my own. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
I
powerful.
You can't depend on that own strength.
No,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
I had a moment of that where in kids ministry today they were learning about Jonah. And I love that story. That story is so powerful. And like just I've read it like 2 or 3 times probably this year, and it's really good. Like I love that whole story. But it's the fact that like in there they talked about how sometimes, you know, we run away not only from God but the conviction of God. And he'll still like he gives us like he might rock our boat and make us get thrown overboard and everything. But I have totally seen that where I know how I feel is a sin. I know what I'm doing is not good and it's not honoring to God. Not only that, but I'm not putting my trust in God in that same situation where I'm taking matters in my own hands, and I'm like, what does he know? He's only the creator of the universe. So I know that like I run away from my conviction. I'm like, it's just that gut feeling because I'm scared that I'm doing this on my own. No, it's him telling me, stop, pray, come back to me. You don't know what you're doing. Like he's not. It's the same thing. That's like he's not doing it out of anger. He's kind of doing it out of protection because we are called as children of God. Like if you had a kid, you wouldn't want him to like run out in the street.
No.
You wouldn't do it because you're like, hey, I don't want you having any fun. Like no, you're going to get hurt. Like don't do that. So I definitely. I go again. I've gone against authority before, and it never does you any good. Emily, you literally just told us how it doesn't do you any good.
Yeah, no, it
So,
does not do you
No,
good.
I see it. Don't even worry about it.
No, and when like, I don't know about you guys, but with me, when something goes bad in my life and like some like family member dies, whatever, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like, if you are like that, why would you do that? And it's just that kind of doubt, doubt of my faith of like, this person was so close to me. Why would you take him away? And it's just, I think it's a test of your faith.
No.
And I think it's to show like that this world is temporary. And when he takes it away, he takes it away, and it's his will.
I like that.
God's will.
Exactly, yeah.
Not to mention because you're so angry that they took that person away.
Yep.
And it's like, in all honesty, they're doing better than where you are right now. Let's not lie, right? They're like, yeah, why did you take him away from me? It's like, to be with me, the creator of the universe, I'm gonna give him eternal peace. Like, that's a big thing. I have an issue with that too, like evangelizing. Like, I talked to a buddy of mine at school, and his parents had tragically like died from something, like someone, it was an attacker and everything. It was really sad. And I really tried to like give him comfort in Christ and just kind of be there for him. And he saw right through me. He was like, yeah, no, I don't want any of this Jesus stuff. And he was like, because if God was real and Jesus was good and all these things that you're saying, then he wouldn't have killed my parents. And I was like, oh,
And it's so hard not to
Yeah.
think that, you
Yeah.
know, like,
and not to mention, I tried to explain to him the difference between like free will and God's will, where it's like people, like he didn't send anyone to go kill your parents. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
it's an evil and broken world. And, you know,
powerful.
God, you know, Jesus was here to fix and heal that. You know, he's a doctor.
Yeah.
So it was hard for him to kind of
Yeah.
grab on that, I guess.
And then, for me, I think doubting it just kind of like reminds me of just like when you're reading when I'm on TikTok and like I see posts about people just saying like, why would God do these genocides or do this and that? They don't understand. They don't take the context. And same thing when you're new to Christianity. A lot of people who are new to Christianity read from, you know, first page Genesis to all the way to the you know, like a book. That's not how the Bible. I just think when you have doubt, it's a misunderstanding. You're not understanding something.
Yeah.
And a lot of times for me, when I had doubt in God, I was like, God, like why are you doing this in my life? Why am I depressed right now? Why are people making fun of me, Lord? And I had to come to realize, like, you know, it's to teach me a lesson. It's to humble me. It's, you know, I'm doing these actions, and the Lord's like, I've given you a chance. Now I have to humble you to make you humble. Same thing with basketball. I have to make you humble. I have to show someone to humble you down. And I think to doubt your faith is when something bad happens in your life. It's because you're doubting that, and that makes you doubt your faith. That's the enemy being like, this happened to you, so doubt God, you know? And I just feel like if you understand God, and I'm saying I doubt my faith all the time. I'm not saying, you know, you can't doubt your faith. That's like a horrible thing to do. I'm just saying a lot of times it comes from misunderstanding
Yeah.
why
Totally.
something's happening. You know, you can't have good without bad because you won't understand the purpose of good. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, so on to our next question, though. And I love that,
Mm.
Dee. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Because
That's good.
I've felt that, too. I've felt that, like, hardcore, like,
Yeah.
just pain and tribulation where you're just like, why, God, why? My biggest thing is, like, God, do you feel far away from me? And the truth of the matter is that it's like, God comes in a whisper. You know, he's that close to you
Oh,
that he's
yeah.
whispering in your ear. But he's not going to fight
Mm.
for all this noise around you if you're going to listen to it instead. You know, you
that's
got to listen to the
powerful.
good shepherd.
Yeah.
But yeah, to move on to the next question.
Powerful.
What does forgiveness look like in a friendship?
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I've had friends that have done me dirty. I have friends that, you know, stab me in the back, basically. I'm pretty sure we all have. But I want to break it down to forgiveness. What is forgiveness? And I feel like the only way we can forgive someone else if we understand Jesus has forgiven us. I feel like with a lot of things in life, we can't understand, like about like love. We can't understand love if we don't understand the love that Jesus Christ has given us. So I feel like give our friend, we have to understand that Jesus forgives us and what that looks like. And back to what I was saying, forgiveness in a friend, it looks like to me just, you know, you and a friend having a private moment, not, you know, publicly going at each other, no matter how hurt you are. And, you know, even with our series in church, greater than, you know, someone that hurts me, just, I'm putting you above me, just to step down and just be like, I'm sorry. Even if it wasn't my fault, or maybe, you know, just putting them above you. And instead of you waiting for them, how about you go talk to them and just putting them above you and above that place.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Got anything?
Yeah, I would say forgiveness in friendships it's just, sometimes it's a hard thing to do. I mean, I've had friends that, like Theon said, like they stab you in the back and do the worst thing they possibly could have.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have to stay friends with them, but if you don't forgive them, you're leaving that hurt and that hatred in your heart, which Jesus doesn't do. God forgives everything you do. All
Mhm.
sin is equal, but it doesn't matter what it is. Like,
Yes.
he will
Yeah.
forgive you,
Bro, praise God. Yeah.
and you should do the same as he did for you.
I like that. It's like walking around with a stain on your shirt. Dude.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
Oh.
want to do that. Like,
Yeah.
come on, you're holding on to hate. Everyone can see it. Like,
Right.
don't be like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially because, like, what was Grant saying today? Where it was like, you are representing God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like you're gonna walk around with this like big ugly stain on your shirt,
Yeah.
Right.
and be like, well, yeah, I love Jesus, and
Right, you
like
gotta-
everyone should repent and share the gospel. And you're like,
Mm.
bro, you're holding on to
Yeah.
anger. You're not living out what you're teaching.
Yeah.
Which, like, in trials and tribulations, like that's what the grace of God is there for.
Mhm.
And I think, like, I talked to Lauren about this, like, I really just kind of came to her and I was like, hey, like, I have such a hard time, like, with this, with trying to feel perfect and, like, be someone to look up to, like, with student ministry. And, like, some of these kids,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
come to me and look up to me as a leader, especially, like, people in school where they're like,
Yeah.
I want to change. And I'm like, let me give you this change. It's like, oh, man, I'm feeling this conviction. I'm not, like, living it out. And it's like, well, honestly, sometimes that's the best time to talk about it. You're like, hey, I'm struggling right now, but I know that God has my back.
Yeah.
Like, you can live that out. You'd be like,
Mhm.
hey, I can tell you're struggling, but why do you struggle with a smile on your face?
Mm.
Say, by the grace of God. That easy, that simple.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
I
Yeah.
think going along back with the friends thing, I like fully agree. I think when you can't forgive others, you just have a spew of hatred in your heart, and it hangs over
Mhm.
you. It hangs over the way you act, hangs over the way you speak. Like, I know this isn't a common in guys, but like girls just gossip. Like, you gossip, and it's like it's just so it's not good for you. And like, I think when I struggled with friends, I would immediately just try to go gossip, just to, like, vent my heart out and have all this
Mm.
like hatred in me. But then you realize, like, that's not
Yeah.
fulfilling you.
Yeah.
Like, and
When
it's
you-
not fulfilling you. It's not anything that helps with you in your relationship with God, and
Mhm.
it
Oh, yeah.
hurts everything
Mhm.
more. And I think that's why forgiveness in friends is so important, because it takes away from all that, and it just keeps your relationship with him healthier.
I think we
Mhm.
could even, like, do more with that with, like, the whole, like, when you have a friendship and someone entrusts you with something,
Mm.
we are not supposed to not only spread that, but
Mhm.
also judge. Like, even if it is bad,
Exactly, yeah.
Mhm.
give forgiveness. That's what
Mhm,
forgiveness in a
yep.
friendship looks like.
Yeah.
Like, you know, don't dwell on this fact that, like, oh my gosh, like, my friend he's so bad, or he's so far gone. Like, would Jesus do that? Like,
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
might, I think Jesus might, you know, meet him where he's at. Not only show him compassion and, like, there is no shame, I feel like, in calling someone out by their mistake,
Yeah.
but there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
right and a wrong way to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So I think, like, we just gotta, like, live like Jesus, do like Jesus, and do as Jesus did. Like, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
it's just
powerful.
Yeah.
you gotta
Yes.
hold that. You gotta hold that on your heart, like that. You
Mhm.
you can't say that you're a follower of Christ
But then,
and then proceed to judge even internally.
yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I was at a Bible study at it was at Jude's house, and
Oh.
he I was talking about how, like, I kept tally one day of, like, all the mean things not only I was, like, thinking, but also, like, said to a friend in passing, like, in gossip and in
Mhm.
judgment. And I was shocked
Mm.
at the number that I got. Oh my gosh. It was so bad. I was like, I need to make a change in my life. And, like, honestly, I just had to, like, kind of silence myself. I was like,
Mhm.
I don't care who walks through this door. It could be a man in a clown suit. I'm not gonna say anything. Like, it was just I was such a judgmental person. I was like, man,
Yeah.
God, I prayed to him. I was like, I need to submit this to you. Like, I can't believe that
Yeah.
I'm acting like this, saying that I'm like I'm this ambassador for you. Like,
Yeah.
like, who am I to, like, once preach the gospel to somebody in my class and then turn and
Yeah.
make fun of somebody walking down the hallway?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's literally some Pharisee work right there.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Dang.
And the same thing you were saying about forgiveness, because God does say, because one of the disciples did ask, how many times should I forgive a person?
mm,
And the same thing, it's like when you're with a friend and you're trying to bring them with God, it's sometimes frustrating to be like, why are you going this way? It's not judge and be like, why are you going this way? And then they do things to hurt you. Even when they're like breaking your friendship, kind of, it's like forgiveness. And, you know, Jesus tells you forgive. Like, not, a disciple says forgive 7 times, 77 times. God just says forgive as I have forgiven you. I think
Mhm.
that's powerful. Just forgive. And it's hard just to forgive and just let it go and just to let another day pass by. But you can tell when someone's angered by someone, hatred fulfills their eyes, because the way they carry themselves, it just hangs down on
Yeah.
them,
Mhm.
versus someone
Yes,
that
bro.
just speaks with light inside of them. And I feel like if you just forgive and you don't have that devil's hate inside of you, it's very powerful. It's because people see that and be like, wow, why is he acting that way? And they see you act more like Christ, like, it'd be like, maybe I should go start going to church. Because the
Exactly,
reason why
yeah.
people come to church is they see the way you act. If you invite them to church, but then in the next 2 minutes or next 5 minutes, you're cussing, you're acting another way. Like, why would I go to your church if you're displaying this way? So
Yeah.
Yes,
I
Just
like
forgive
that.
us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for checking us out today. Make sure you subscribe and keep up with our Instagram to get all the latest news.
And make sure you come to youth at either the Windsor or Loveland campus, 6:30 to 8:30. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next episode.
see
I
ya.
see y'all.
Yeah.